The Florida Marlins hire an 80-year-old manager. Is it going to be enough to turn their season around, and is it the right move? Hey everybody, it's Paulie. Welcome back to This Week in Red, where we're talking all things Major League Baseball. So the Florida Marlins went out and hired an interim manager recently. And who is he? 80-year-old Jack McKeon, a man who led the Marlins to the World Series title in 2003 when he was 72 years old. And you might say, why would the Marlins bring a guy who's 80 years old in hopes of turning their season around? Well, for one thing, McKeon has won everywhere he's been. I saw a thing on MLB Network the other night chronicling Jack McKeon's career. And do you know that he has had a winning record in every stop that he's been in his career, in places like Kansas City and Oakland and San Diego, and of course Florida earlier in his tenure. But he's back this season. He replaced Edwin Rodriguez, and I think that the Marlins are really looking for a jump start from this guy. They really want to play well the rest of the season. You know, they're going to be going into a new stadium next year. And I think McKeon's there for one reason and one reason only, and that is to get their star player, Hanley Ramirez, going. This guy's got so much talent. I mean, he was traded from the Red Sox for Josh Beckett a couple of years ago, and it's really worked out well for both teams, but Ramirez has had a miserable year. He's been hurt a lot this season, I know, but his attitude is not the best. This is a guy who, in the past, has a series of issues of not hustling. McKeon's not going to stand for that. In fact, he came in right away, and he already benched Ramirez the first game that he was the manager of the team because he missed a meeting. So he's not going to put up with any nonsense from Ramirez. But you know, the other thing about McKeon, and he really doesn't have much control over this, is he's got to get his pitching staff healthy. And right now his ace, Josh Johnson, is injured and not available. Anibal Sanchez is his guy right now. That's his go-to guy. But the Marlins, they're really a good team, but they're losing a lot of one-run games. And that's really killing them. And that's why their record is so poor and why they've had such a bad run of luck in recent weeks. Now, if it was me, I'm not sure that I'm going the 80-year-old route with a manager. I'm not sure that guys that old are maybe in touch with today's players. But McKeon's an exception. He's a baseball lifer. He knows the personalities of these players, and he will get the best out of them if he can do so. So I think the Marlins made the right hire here. I know it sounds questionable when you look at it on paper, but I think that this is the right man for the job. Now, are the Marlins a playoff team? Probably not. They're in a tough division with the Phillies and the Braves. But I do think that McKeon will stabilize this team and really get them going in the right direction for the rest of the season. But what do you guys think? If you were the Marlins owner, would you have brought in an 80-year-old guy to manage your team? Or would you have gone the young route like most teams do now in the current baseball environment? Hit me up at This Week in Red and let me know. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and tell all your friends about This Week in Red.